we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You asked for it, you've got it. We've got cars, and we are ready to go here at Richmond tonight. I am your host, Chris, and along with me is Rick. Rick, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing fabulous, brother. It's Friday. We're back. We had last week off, man. I missed it, and I'm just happy to be here in Richmond.
Yeah, belated happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We roll on here for the Drive for Suicide Prevention, sponsored by Sim Graphics. We've got Richmond tonight, and Rick, this is the final race of the final 8. We're cutting it down after tonight to just 4, and we're going to bring up the point standings right now.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty interested. You know, it's going to be fun. Richmond's another short track. It's one of my favorite short tracks if I had to pick one. But yeah, we're down to this race and then 2 more, man.
Yeah, and what I've been seeing here in practice, she's a little slippery, and a lot of people have been kind of getting into the ball there. Now, this is going to be a good one. Let's see. We've got, on the point standings, we've got Miller, Johnson, and Lyda up front. We've got Moquin, Thomas Wagner, Fisher, Hindenburg, and Gene. Those are your top 8. Those are we're focusing on here, guys. As we get ready to sure that because right in about a minute 30 we've got qualifying. Make sure to check out Max. A lot of stuff coming for you. Of course, we're on every stuff going on, Rick. This is going to be a good race, man.
It is going to be a good race. It's going to be fun, man. I'm watching these guys. They're sliding around. I'm looking at the track info right now, Chris. It's really, it's warm. You know, here we are. We're under the lights. Right now, the air temperature is 79 degrees. That track's sitting at 82 degrees. And like you said, man, watching practice here for like the last half an hour, these cars have been slick, sliding, and crashing everywhere. We might see a different type of Bristol race tonight. Well, it's going to be fun.
Different kind of Bristol here at Richmond.
Well, it is, but you know, I mean, the way that these cars, you know, we're gonna be seeing some crashes tonight, I think. But it is practice, so.
Yeah, you always have to let it fly. Practice. Braking points are. I think these guys have figured it out, man. Off from that wall many times. And hey, 20 seconds. We've got qualifying. We're gonna out for you. Land on caution flags. 50 lap limit. Thank you guys all for coming out and watching this. Got a lot of chat going already. Can't wait to interact with you folks as watching a really, really good.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. We got a request there to see Josh Cully's car out. They're going into qualifying, so I'll keep an eye on and let you know when he hops out on the track here.
I had him on.
Oh, yes, he did. Okay, perfect.
Getting set for qualifying. Car on. Side Chevy Camaro getting ready to put down some hot laps here at Richmond. He goes into turn 1 for his first qualifying lap. Right now with the fast time, 21.010. 5-car J.R. Hager in second with a 21.250.
Ooh, Hager gets a little loose there, Chris.
Yes, he does. We've talked about that. This track, she's slippery tonight. We're under the lights. You would think it would keep it cool, but no.
All right, so Epic's out here again in chat. Steven's going to win, so it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to put that down in one of my notes, just so we have it.
Currently riding along with Steve. Qualify that 8. Quarters of a mile to D-shaped track. A little bit.
It's a good short track, though. I mean, this is what NASCAR needs to bring more of, I think, in the real life, Chris. So, you know, I'm really excited to watch these guys go around here tonight.
It was already mentioned in chat, but Jason Jacoby put down a heck of a lap, and so did the 33 car of Eric Lida. 20.9s. Hello. The 52 car, Matt Moak, went out on track trying to qualify. That's a really neat looking color, and everyone, wow, I think it's a little green in there. Start? Well, it should be starting in about more than 17 forward if everybody qualifies. Matt Moak, 8th on Heather. That's it. Nobody else is going out. Hunter Johnson's. Jeffrey Fisher. That car on track. How is that thing?
That it is, Chris. It's really standing out under the lights here. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes out and does his thing.
To the wall. Miller out on track in the 25 car.
That's got to be one of my favorite paints right there.
I have tried. Do it again. Braden paints is.
Yeah, we both actually restarted trading paints and refreshed multiple times. Maybe once the race starts, we'll get some more will filter through here, but I'm showing that I'm at 100% also. Gotta love trading paints.
Eighth. Across the start-finish line. Moves himself up to 5th. Pulls a 21.151, does Miller. 8th. 5th. Last lap of qualifying. F4. Out on track. Very nice run from Fisher on the line. 8th right now. Shut her down.
Yeah, he might be happy with that, Chris. Start out in the top 10 there. Just got a few cars that he's got to work up through the field. Now, I know you and me. We're both going to be watching the number 43, Thomas Wagner. He had Thomas the Yo-Yo Man Wagner, I should say. He's not going to take qualifying, so that's going to be interesting to see. I think he enjoys doing a little bit of battling up through the field, Chris, during the race.
One thing we know he's not afraid of is starting to back. He comes through the field, goes back, comes back up to amazing. I love watching him. It's always hitting. Wagner, Gavin Joe.
I just got confirmation from race control. The O2 of Hunter Johnson, he is not going to be taking a qualifying lap tonight, so we're just waiting on 2 more.
Talked about it. Up one. Point standings. Qualified tonight 5th. Johnson. 2nd in. Has not. Eric Lyda. 3rd in point. 2nd. Top 3. Have some work to do. All tonight. Kind of out of. Mics are cutting in and out. Really?
Jason Jacoby right now is sitting in 23rd spot in the points coming into tonight's race, Chris.
Well, Wagner's taking the track.
I think with us talking about him, I think he's like, maybe I better do something. Are both of our mics messed up right now? Could be a little bit of a TeamSpeak issue, maybe. I'm showing that mine is okay, Chris.
I'm seeing no cutout on either one of our mics at this point, so I don't know. Could be a TeamSpeak issue, although could.
Yeah, because I'm hearing you nice and clear also. We'll look into that, though. Only one? Well, which one is it? Is it me or Chris?
I guess we're gonna have to, well, now Rick, let me know. Gotta make sure that we look good and sound good.
Well, I know I look good. That's why I'm on broadcast, not on camera. You know?
It was me that was cutting out. All right, well, the cord's in all the way. We're good to go.
All right, for those of you who have been watching, Thomas Yo-Yo Man Wagner in that number 43 machine, he has set a qualifying speed of 21.144, currently in 5th place. I don't know, Pit Crew, what you missed. You missed a lot of cool practice. These guys are sliding around a lot. This track is very, very warm tonight for a night race. Obviously, here in Richmond, we're under the lights right now. It's 79 degrees and partly cloudy air temperature. The track temperature is sitting now at 79, so it cooled off a little bit there. But we missed you, man. We missed everybody. I want to thank everybody out here who is watching with us. We missed you last week. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. Hope you got some family time, relaxing time, and tons of food. And it looks like the session is going to advance, Chris.
Yeah, admins decided everybody who was going to qualify has, and we're moving on. So here we go.
All right, so the person who won the pole award tonight, Jason Jacoby, in that number 88 machine with a 20.964 lightning lap. Followed next to him with Eric Light on the 33 machine, Chris. Starting second, third, Derek Smith in the 66 machine. Steven Hollinger, the guy who has a lot of fans out in chat right now, is qualifying in 4th position. Thomas Wagner in the 43 is starting 5th. James D. Miller in the 25 is starting 6th. Jake Klimovich in the 03, 7th. Dylan Alt, I believe he is new tonight, Chris, in that number 42 machine. He is going to be starting 8th. Jeffrey Fisher in the 60 did a qualifying lap of 21.230, starting 9th. J.R. Hager in the number 5 is going to be in 10th. Matt Moquin Nation in that 52 Discord machine, he is going to be qualifying 11th. Hunter Johnson did not, actually the rest of these guys didn't take a qualifying run, so Hunter Johnson in the 02 is going to be 12th. Gavin Jones, 13th. David Gervais in the 24, 14th, and rounding out the field, Josh Colley in the number 6 and 15th. Did I go too fast for you, bud?
No, I think I was able to keep up.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew and Gamer Subs, bro.
I'm hopped up on getting ready to see a good race. Hopefully we got the mic issues all settled in. We're ready to go. We're going to take it nice and easy. We're going to build this one up. First caution of the night should be at lap 50, as long as there's no accident. Going to get one. Car start move.
All right, my trading paint speaks itself, Matt. So if you're out there listening, bud, in that number 52 Discord Moquin Nation car, I see your regular blue and gray paint, brother.
I'm happy. Popcorn's ready. So are these drivers. Pace car is going to come down pit road right after it goes around the track one more time. Get these cars ready and set to move on out. Get up to race speed. This one's going to be fun, guys. Buckle in. Obi to the inside. Hollinger, the outside. This is going to be a battle, man. Qualifying time's really, really close. It is going to be a drag race to turn 1. Green flag is waving in the air. The 88 and the 85. Get it on. Jacoby to the inside, has a little bit of an advantage going into the corner. The 85 has momentum coming out. Who's going to lead the first lap? Right now, Jacoby has a slight advantage. Jason Jacoby moves to the outside, will lead lap number 1, Rick.
We are underway, Chris. Starting lap 2 of 160. It's going to be a good night tonight. Right now, James D. Miller in that 25 machine, he's sitting comfortably in third. These guys are going to start single filing out, Chris, just a little bit. And I think that's what they need to do. I mean, this track, you can run 2 wide, and you can run 3 if you really, really want to, but I wouldn't suggest it.
Right now, 42 car, Dylan Ott. He is attacking the 66 of Derek Smith on the inside. Ott with the move. He gets in front and moves up ahead. The 25 car, James Miller attacking Steve Hollinger. Miller doing a great job. Takes second away at the line. And the 85 fights back to the inside. 25 touches the wall.
That's going to lose a lot of momentum there for James Miller in that number 25, Chris, but he didn't lose much. He's starting the game back. He's attacking on the inside once again of the 85. These guys are putting on one heck of a show as they cross the start-finish line.
25 car will not be deterred. He wants second place, and he wants it now, and he's got it. The 85 of Steve Hollinger under attack now by Dylan Alt to the inside in the 42.
Follow closely on the bumper of that 42, Chris, is the Yo-Yo Man.
No, the 85 and the 42 get together. Ott is able to save the car. He keeps it going in the right direction. We stay under green. Hollinger in the 85 down to 6th place as he lost all kinds of momentum with that contact. The 03 of Jake. Oh boy, Jake.
Jake Klimovich.
Klimovich, that's right, yeah.
It's our Baskin Robbins boy. I want some ice cream with the popcorn.
Yeah, he's out there. The BR machine. And right now has position, so Jake has moved himself up to 6th. We'll see if it sticks at the line. It does, just by a nose. Already we've seen quite a bit of action as Jason Jacoby up front all by himself, a little over a second lead. James Miller in the 25 trying not to let Jacoby get too far ahead, but I don't know if he's got anything for him this early in the run. Hunter Johnson in the 02 running 3rd. Thomas Wagner up to 4th place already. So Wagner on the move. Derek Smith in the 66 right behind him. And then we have that battle between the 03 and the 85. 85 actually had to let off just a little bit. Almost got into the back bumper of Klimovich. Showing a little patience out there right now.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of fans out there for the number 52, Matt Moquin, there just a couple laps ago, Chris. He got a little sideways and tapped the wall. He was able to save the car, but there's a little bit of damage on that 52. Sitting back in 13th position right now. The number 1 of Gavin Jones just got around Matt Moquin in that 52 machine. He's working his way up towards the front slowly but surely. Oh yeah, Matt's tires are definitely gone, Chris. He is slipping and sliding as he's coming out of turns 1 and 2, heading into the backstretch.
I don't know that his tires are gone or if that thing's just not handling right. You see the damage on the right front. Very possibly the handling is not there on that car. We'll probably need to come down pit road to get that straightened out. Up front,
I'm sure.
Jason Jacoby walking away. Got a 1.5 second lead now on James Miller, Rick.
Oh, caution is out, Chris.
That was David Gervais going around in the 24 car. Go back, take a peek at that one. First caution of the night. What happens here is the car into the corner, came out, touched the wall, went down to the inside, and really touched that inside retainer wall hard. Gervais brings out the first caution in the 24 car.
Gervais came into tonight's race, Chris, in 9th position in the points.
But he won. All the drivers are coming down pit road. 14 laps on those tires, and that's enough. You know, slippery. We've proven that. A race off pit road. Kobe Johnson, Hollander, first 3 out.
Matt Moquin in that 52 was on his way out of pit road, Chris. He took 4 new tires and filled that car up with Sunoco racing fuel. He fixed a little bit of the damage, but he has not used his fast repair yet.
Okay. Dylan Alt, who early gotten in 85. That car looks like okay. That Hollander 5. That car too looks okay. A little bit of damage maybe on the right front fender, but you know, it's not even a mile long around here. 3/4 of a mile this track. So little sheet metal damage, no big deal.
Now, the draft's not going to come into play here, so as long as that car's handling fine, steering fine, he should be okay. Right now he's being scored in 3rd position.
Checking in with Thomas Wagner. Running right now. Health. Out on base car lights are. 5 car coming down pit road. As the cars get ready to go again, 2 by 2, as the car leads them 1 and 2 down the backstretch. We got to get this thing ready to go again, right?
We are, Chris. Looks like Jacoby in that 88 is going to stay on the inside, right on his outside. Hunter Johnson in that number 02, who moved up quite a bit, Chris. He qualified in 12th position, and now he's sitting 2nd.
We have a really good, fast pit stop. Helped him out quite a bit. As the pace car is off and we get ready to go, the 88, Jason Jacoby, launches. And I mean, launches that 88 back to the lead. Battle now for 2nd. The 85 to the inside. Hunter Johnson on the outside in row 2. Have to be very careful when you get back into the gas on the outside, or you'll find yourself in the wall. We got a couple spinning. Wagner and Miller spinning their cars. As we go under caution again, we're going to go back and take a peek at that, figure out what happened. Wagner 45 to 60. Okay, so it looks like Wagner may have gotten into the 60 a little bit. He bounced back off the 25. No place to go. Not heavy damage to either one of those cars. They're going to be okay. Probably more embarrassed than...
It looks like both the 43 and the 25 are coming down pit road right now, Chris.
Yeah, and you might as well. You know, at this point, might as well come down. Not going to use your fast repair yet. Definitely get repair in. The tires have a lap or 2 on them. We are on caution to 142 laps to go to this so far. And some good racing going on. I much more.
Absolutely right, Chris. Looks like the 52 Matt Moak when he came down also. I did see the tires go up on all three of those cars that we mentioned, Thomas Wagner's, Miller's, and Moquin's. So they got 4 brand new tires. They filled up, did a little bit of repair, and heading right back out into the track once again.
Out before the car puts a lap down. So far, all 15 drivers still. Miller right now scored 1 lap down in the 5 car. Points leader being scored 1 lap down right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at him in the pits here, Chris. It looks like right now he's just letting his crew repair that car so that way he can give a good run. You know, another caution comes out. If he's the only car, he's going to get the lucky dog, so he'll be right back on the lead lap, and then he can just fight his way up through the field, as we've seen him do multiple times. It's not something that he's afraid to do. So I think he's just repairing the car the best he can, get it back out there and ready to go.
Well, because the car lights are off, cars are filing in 2 by 2 again. As we get set to put this one back under the green flag, and Rick, so far the real battle has been with the track. That outside line proving to be maybe not the thing to try to keep momentum, end up pushing the car into the.
Well, I know when I've raced on this track, Chris, that's exactly what happens. That wall comes at you pretty quick, especially, I mean, it is a D shape like you talked about earlier in the broadcast. So it's not, completely oval as that pace car takes off and we're getting ready to go green. But that's definitely something that these guys are worried about.
Kobe launches again. This time Hunter Johnson on the outside, able to keep up in front of the 85, Scoot Hollander. He moves down the position is.
Looked like Hollinger just went under just the yellow line just a little bit, and it upset the car. He started to slide when he just backed off, and he was fine, Chris.
Yeah, and driving behind him and give him enough room. And we've got a good battle going on here for 5th place between 3 different cars. The 5, the 6, the 03 getting it on. And right now, Josh Cooley in the 6, able to get around the 03. Jake Klemovich is around, and we've got one going around on track. Big green, nonetheless.
Big green. I believe that was the 1 car of Gavin Jones, Chris. I caught it just as he was collecting it back up. He did touch the wall at all, so the race is going to stay under green. By Gavin Jones in that one machine, he falls down to 14th position.
James Miller right now. 2 laps down. Looking to get those back. Lap 25 of 160. Kobe has led every single lap so far. He's got Hunter Johnson right behind him.
Ooh, the 25. 25 just spun, hit the wall, Chris. He is in the track, so we'll see if we stay green or if he's able to get it off. That's James Miller.
Track. Yeah, Miller not having a good night. And caution.
And there's the yellow.
Comes out. That was a really slow yellow by iRacing right there.
I mean, as you said, 3/4 mile track, Chris, those cars come around pretty quick. I think he was just trying to play it smart. He probably didn't want to throw the caution, but he knew that his best thing was to do was just stay there, hope that caution flag came out. Like you said, it was a little late there by the officials, but Andy McDowell, how you doing tonight, buddy? I'd like to give a quick shout out and thank you to all those who are watching us tonight here on MaxSpeedTV as we bring you all the action from Richmond with the Drive for Suicide Prevention Xfinity Series presented by Sim Graphics.
Everybody's coming down pit road. Brought out by the 5 car.
Hey Twiz, how you doing tonight? Good to see you.
As I said, caution number 3. We've had 10 laps under caution so far. 133. This caution brought out by the 25. Come down pit road. Handling right. tire. Hit the wall again. Got something going.
Definitely not the night that you want to have coming in tonight as the points leader. Yeah, it looks like it's a little cockeyed there, Chris, as he comes down pit road once again. One of those things, he's probably in his mind going, you know, I have a pass repair, but we're only lap 29 of 160. That is a lot of racing left to do.
Hate to have to do it, really, but how many laps can you? Having any? Check that. Stop the bleeding if you.
If I was James Miller right now, Chris, I'd be on the mic with Thomas Wagner, because if you remember 2 weeks ago, Wagner in one of that race where he was driving totally cockeyed. But it's definitely hard here on this track. It's a short track. The banking's good. It looks like Miller is rolling off pit road now here, Chris. He's still got some damage, so he definitely didn't use the fast repair.
Back at him. So it's going to be Jacoby, Johnson, and Alt, your top three. Back to fourth in the 5. Klemovich running in 5th. Josh Coley in the 6 car running 6th. Hager running in 7th. Derek Smith 8th. Eric Lyda 9th. And Jeffrey Fisher. All right, that's that bright green car right there. That's your top 10. Then you have Oakland, Wagner, or rounding out the field. Pace car lights go off. We get that to go flag racing again.
As you're saying that, Chris, the number 1 of Gavin Jones, he heads into the pits.
And apparently my mic is cutting out again. I don't know what the heck's going on. Work here. Rick, you can bring them the green flag, okay?
All right, Chris, right now the lights are off on that pace car. We're just waiting to go around by pit road, and then that pace car is going to take that hard left-hand turn, and we're going to go green again. It could be in that 88. See if he can do the same restarts that he's been doing all night. The pace car is off, heading down pit road, and there goes the 88 of Jacoby. Green flag is out, Chris, and he just pulled away. Got a little gap there in between him and Hunter Johnson, but it's not going to last long as I go into turn 1. And we're caution out again. I'm not exactly sure because Chris has all those controls of who that was.
Looks like it. 4 car.
Gervais. Your mic's sounding good on my end too, buddy, just so you know. So it might be something to do with
something
with
in
YouTube.
OBS. I think I may have just fixed it. Guys, you're going to have to let me know if my mic is working better. I hope it is. I hope I'm not cutting out anymore. I can't stand that. So thank you for bringing it to my attention.
Looks like the number 6, Akali, comes down into pit road, Chris, followed by Matt Moquin in the 52 machine. Thomas Wagner is down on pit road. The 24 is also coming in. Gervais, the one who just brought that caution, actually just slid through his pit a little bit, had to back up.
Mic is okay now, so definitely it was an OBS problem. Thank you to everybody who pointed that out tonight, because honestly, my goal here is to sound as good as I can and look as good as we can here on MaxSpeedTV. So again, thank you to everybody out there. Really do appreciate it, as we are under caution number 4 now. 16 laps of caution, 35 laps total done. That means 126 to go. And man, it's been exciting. 15 cars on track, Rick, and it has been a fun race so far.
It definitely has, and 11 of those are on the lead lap, Chris. The only person who is down a couple laps is the points leader, James Miller, in that number 25 machine, being scored 2 laps down still.
Yeah, and Miller, you can see it right there. The front end of that car is just trashed.
Yeah, he's definitely fighting some steering issues, I think, tonight.
Moquin's car looks a little bit better. The nose is pushed in. Hood's folded up. Yeah, Matt Moquin, he's doing some short track racing tonight in that 52. I'm a little quiet. Well, I can fix that. How's that? That better for you? I swear, I haven't touched a thing since the last time I broadcasted.
So tonight we're here at Richmond with the Circuit City 160, Chris. Next Friday we're here with the Drive for Suicide Prevention guys once again for the Five Guys Burgers and Fries 180 at Chicagoland. That's going to be an outstanding race also.
I love Chicagoland. One of my favorite tracks. I can't wait for next week. But right now, lights are off. Thank you, 45M. Lights are off. Jacoby's up front in the 88, as he has been. It's on the bottom line. Hunter Johnson in the 02. Up top, Hollinger being scored. Scott Hollinger is in 4th. Dylan Alt in the 42 is 3rd. And Jacoby again with a jump. And he has control of the field, so it's not like he's doing something against the rules there. He has control of the field, and he's taking advantage of it as anybody would. In the battle right now for 3rd place. Hollinger to the outside, Alt to the inside. They're battling back and forth. The 03, Jake Klimovich, right on the back bumper of the 42 car. Now moves up a little bit behind Hollinger. The 5 car gets into the wall just a little bit. That's J.R. Hager.
Ooh, the 03 car just got into the 85. Steve was able to save it, but he's going to lose a lot of momentum, Chris.
Yeah, the 85 car just going backwards right now. He's one of the faster cars out on the track, Rick, and he's been, I don't know what to say. You know, he's had to fight his way to the front a time and a time. This is the 2nd time now. He's had to work his way back up. I'm not too worried about it right now. He definitely has one of the faster cars. He just needs to regain his composure and hit the gas pedal again, and he'll work his way back up front. And speaking of up front, Jacoby on a mission, but Hunter Johnson on the inside. He takes the lead away from Jacoby. Hunter Johnson leads his first lap of the race here tonight, and he's bringing Dylan Alt with him. The 88, Jason Jacoby, is going backwards, and on the outside, he may lose another position as Dylan Alt on the 42 pushes his way through on the inside. At the beginning of that corner, he had just a slight nose advantage. Dylan Alt now takes 2nd place. Jacoby back to 3rd. Jacoby must have touched the wall because now the 03, Jake Klimovich, goes around him. 88 not having a good time out there, trying to get back in line. Does so in 4th place, right in front of Derek Smith in the 66, Rick.
Yeah, Derek Smith's definitely looking on the inside, Chris. These cars are getting stuck on the outside, and that's where a lot of the issues are coming, because like we talked about earlier, that wall, it just pops up to you as you're going through and coming out of the corners. And that's, I think, exactly what happened. Like you said, the 88 touched the wall just a little bit, lost some momentum, let the 03 by, and Derek Smith's kind of just hanging back to see what's going to happen now, but he was definitely looking on the inside, so I think he's ready to move up also.
Yeah, Jacoby, whatever his problem was, he seems to be over it as he's starting to reel the 03 back in. Jake Klimovich under attack now by Jacoby. The battle for 3rd. And Jacoby had a little wiggle there, loses a little bit. Was door to door. Oh, gets it right back in that corner. That's a nice corner from the 88, and he retakes 3rd spot.
I was back here in 7th place watching Thomas the Aerial Wagner in that 43 machine, Chris. he was actually putting some pressure onto Steve Hollinger, who fell back to 6th in that 85 machine, but then Thomas just had a big blank there.
Ooh, Wagner is loose. He's losing it, and he gathers it back up.
Good save.
That's
going to allow Eric Lyda.
Yeah, Eric Lyda just absolutely gave him all the room he needed. As soon as he saw that Wagner had it, all four wheels underneath him again, took advantage. Lyda passes Wagner for 7th place. Man, oh man, Wagner had his hands full. I don't know how he saved that one.
He definitely had good kart control there, Chris, and was able to just lose a little bit of momentum. Yeah, the 33 got by, but that's okay. Matt Moquin, no, he's sitting in that 52 machine in 14th position right now. He's got a little bit of, I don't really want to say pressure, as the 25 is looking on the inside right now, but James D. Miller in that 25 machine, he is 2 laps down, so he has quite the battle ahead of him to try to get back onto the lead lap here.
Yeah, and Moquin's biggest problem, I think, right now is damage. That car obviously not up to speed, and he gets touched by the 25. James Miller, 2 laps down, touches the back end of Moquin. Moquin saves it, and they continue on, but my goodness, every place... Look,
every place counts.
It does. Caution's out on track.
All right, stage 1 is done. So Hunter Johnson, once again, he's like the stage king, Chris. Last week he won stage 1, 2, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago he won stage 1, 2, and the race winner. And he's done that multiple times this season so far.
Yeah, so Hunter Johnson, stage 1 winner. Holy cow. That was some action right there.
So for anybody new that's out there watching, the driver suicide prevention guys run stage racing just like the regular NASCAR guys. So this is stage 1 is now complete. These guys are going to be able to come in, get some repairs done, 4 new Goodyear tires, full tank of Sunoco racing fuel, and they'll go back out. Stage 2 will end at lap 100, so 49 laps away now.
So as we're under caution for the stage racing, Hunter Johnson wins that one. Gets some extra points there. And I think now is a pretty good time. We're going to take a quick 25-second break. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Just like that. I told you it'd be quick. We are back. Hunter Johnson gets himself out of pits first, so reclaims his lead. Dylan Alt second. Jake Klemovich going to be third. And right now it looks like Jacoby, Derek Smith, Steve Hollinger, Tom Wagner, Josh Curley, and Jeff Fisher are going to round out your top 10, maybe. It's changing on me right now.
I'm not sure if it was really much of a tap because I was in a different view than what Chris was at a different angle, and it actually almost looked more like netcode or him just getting the air taken off his spoiler. Now, I know that Richmond's not a huge drafting track, but these cars are very loose tonight, as we've seen, and any air imbalance on those cars is going to cause it to do what it's going to do. So tapped maybe a little bit, but on my end, the way that I was looking at it, there was still space in between both bumpers. Epic, I have a feeling that you are absolutely right. The 85 car is very fast tonight. I think his biggest issue is that he's getting stuck on the outside, so he's really going to watch that wall and the cars that are around him. If he can get down into the inside, I have a feeling you are correct that he will be able to make a charge up to the front of the field. Right now on my screen, Chris, after it cycled through, it looks like Hunter Johnson did come out of pit road first, so the 02 is in first. Next to him, the 42, Dylan Alt, in second. Jake Klimovich in the 03 in third. Jacoby, 88, he moved up into fourth position. Derek Smith into fifth. Steve Hollinger in the 85 is sitting in sixth. Eric Lyda in the 33 is seventh. Josh Cully in the 6 came out 8th. Jeffrey Fisher in the 60, 9th. And J.R. Hager in that number 5, 10th. David Gervais in the 24th, 11th. Thomas Wagner in the 43, 12th. Gavin Jones in the 1 came out 13th, right where he qualified. Matt Moakwood in the 52 Discord machine is in 14th. And then James Miller still 2 laps down in 15th position in that 25 machine.
We're going to have to correct that as Miller just went around to get his lucky dog. So now 1 lap down. Hunter Johnson up front waiting for that pace car to take a hard left-hand turn down pit road. And these guys are getting ready to go green flag racing again this time. Hunter Johnson takes off. Johnson is gone. The 42, on the outside. Jacoby on the outside. Klimovich fighting for second.
Ooh, the 42 and
they get together. Cuts. The 42 and the 3.
Ooh, that's going to collect a couple of cars, Chris.
Dylan had a good night going. Maybe made one little mistake, and we're under caution. We're going to go back and take a peek. We're watching the 42 car. Dylan gets loose. That's all it was. He got loose. And the 3 car really pays the price as he goes into the wall hard. Klimovich, lucky that motor didn't expire right there. And we are under caution one more time. This makes 6.
One nice thing about these Xfinity cars, Chris, they can take quite a beating before something happens, but I'm sure Jake in that 03 machine, he is very thankful that he's not barbecuing right now. He does have some heavy damage. I believe that's on a Toyota, but I think he's going to be okay.
All right, as we're under caution again, we're going to take another break. This time we'll go side by side. right, and again, welcome back, and thank you all for coming out and checking out MaxSpeedTV tonight. We have Drive for Suicide Prevention, the Xfinity Series, brought to you by Sim Graphics, and we are getting ready to go. I think the pace car lights are going to shut off this time by. We'll go back green flag racing for you.
You are correct, Chris. The lights on the pace car are off, so they just got a couple more turns to go, and then we're going to get under green again. We'll be starting on lap 62 of 160. The next stage flag will come out at lap 100. 45M. Yeah, you were correct. I saw that the 5 car of Hager got just a little bit loose there. I mean, Richmond's a tough track, and it's very, very slick, no matter what the settings or the weather is. So these guys are definitely putting on a good short track racing show tonight, though. And the pace car is off, Chris. We're getting ready to go green.
Hunter Johnson pulls away. Johnson right now has led 22 laps. Jacoby is 39, so Johnson wants to stay out front, try and lead as many laps as he can. He is currently second in points behind James Miller, who's running 15th here tonight. And, man, these points are going to count. They're going to count big tonight.
Oh, they definitely are, Chris. And I know there's going to be a few people, especially Epic, who's going to be very, very happy to hear Steve Hollinger in that number 85 machine sitting in second place. He got around Jason Jacoby in that 88 machine, but Jacoby's still there. He's letting him know. Oh, and caution's up.
We're going to go back and take a peek and see what happened. Or not. Okay.
It was kind of hard to tell, Chris, there.
Looks like maybe Klimovich.
Yeah, I believe Klimovich in that 03 machine. He's definitely got some damage. I also saw Thomas Wagner was back there, looked a little loose too. I'm not sure at that. I mean, he's got a lot of damage on his Toyota right now also.
Yeah, we just saw it there. A couple of drivers doing a very good job at accident avoidance. As it looks like Wagner may have gotten into the back of the 60 machine, Jeff Fisher, and chain reaction city as everybody kind of turned the wheel trying to keep out of that one.
I'm showing a couple cars coming down pit road, Chris. Right now we got the 52 Matt Moko, and we got the 43 Thomas Wagner, and also the 03 of Jake Klimovich is coming in for some service. And the 60 car. Fisher.
And the leaders stay out, and I probably would too at this point. Not a lot of laps on these tires. You got plenty of fuel. I think you can probably make it from here on the fuel that you have. Tires may be another thing. We're going to have to watch and see on that one.
24 of David Gervais, he's back out. It looks like Gavin Jones in that one machine, he got his service. He's on his way out. Matt Moquin in the 52 is heading out. Wagner, where'd he go? Wagner's still out. Yep, he's out. Jeffrey Fisher's coming out, rejoining the racing surface.
I think the guy that's going to pay or get paid out the most on this one, maybe Miller. I think Miller's going to end up getting his last lap back, although his car is still pretty beat. But Miller, I believe, will get his lap back. He'll rejoin the rest of the field.
Well, before you go too far, James Miller, before the caution came out, he actually had his lap back, Chris. He is repairing the car, so he's now being scored one lap down. Actually, it looks like he just finished his service as the pace car is coming around the start-finish line there, so he's back out. And I'm seeing somebody.
Looks like Klimovich is still on pit road in the 03. Being scored now 2 laps down. But we have a new front row here. Hunter Johnson still going to have the lead. Steve Hollinger is going to be on the outside and we get this one going. Jason Jacoby running in 3rd. And J.R. Hager in the 5 car. Talked about him getting looser just a little bit ago. Right now, going to be in 4th position. Dylan Alt, the 42, he has had one odd night as he's been up front, towards the back, up front again. Rounding out the top 5 is Dylan Alt in the 42 as the pace car lights go off and we get set to go green flag racing one more time.
Gavin Jones in that one machine, he actually just came back down pit road again, Chris.
Johnson and Hollinger kind of touching doors there to get this one started. As the pace car jumps down pit road, the 02 has control. 85 tried to jump. The 02 didn't fall for it, and he takes off. Hunter Johnson with a really nice restart there. Jason Jacoby hard to the inside. The 85 stuck on the outside. Jacoby looking to take advantage.
I don't know if Jacoby's going to have what it needs to take. Note the 85 just made a move. Chris moved down in front of him. That caused the 88 to slow up, and the 5 car had to hit the brakes, and the 42 also, but they all made it through okay. Right now the 85 is looking on the outside of the 02 of Hunter Johnson. He's looking for that first place position, Chris, to lead a lap. Didn't get it that time by, but we'll see what happens as they go into the corner.
Throw a blanket over the top 3 because they are that close together. Hunter Johnson leads them across the start-finish line again, but he is definitely under the gun. Hollinger right behind. And that 85 would love to get up front again.
85 tried a really hard move there, Chris. Went in just a little bit too hard. He lost it. It's going to allow Jacoby in that 88 machine to get on the inside, and possibly they're battling for second right now. I mean, they are definitely nose to nose.
Jason Jacoby by probably an inch over the start-finish line had second, and Hollinger had no choice. He had to get on the brakes a little bit. That allows Jacoby to go around. Hollinger has to reset and think about it again as he's sitting in third, and Dylan Alt in the 42 right behind him. We've seen Alt and Hollinger already get it on tonight. Ended up with Alt falling way back into the field, Hollinger losing a few places. These two cars have been very close tonight.
I'm back here with the 43, Chris, and the 5. 5 got a little loose there as he went down below the apron a little bit. That allowed Thomas Wagner in the 43 to make that pass, but as they came across the start-finish line, the number 5 said, nope, that's my spot. I'm one on the inside, and I'm going to take it away, but he just went in too hard, Chris. He hits the wall. That allows Thomas Wagner in the 43 to make the pass once again. Thomas Wagner, he's sitting in 5th position right now in the top 5.
Back up front, it's Johnson Jacoby. And then you've got, my gosh, you got Alt and Hollinger. Hollinger has to let him go as Alt had the inside lane. We're under caution, and it is the 5 car
on the roof.
Yee. We're going to go back and take a look at that. 45's been talking about him. He saw him get in the wall slightly, he says. And he was behind Tom Wagner. And he
could it be the curse of the green?
Woo, really gets in the wall.
We're talking to each other.
Yeah. The 66 was behind him, and oh boy, that car went over, landed on the tires. Man, oh man, curse of the green, is that what you were saying? I believe so.
We're not talking over each other, and I apologize for that. We're good at that, though. But the leaders are everybody's coming down pit road right now for service. We're on lap 77 of 160. Remember, second stage will end at lap 100.
Hunter Johnson again with a very nice pit stop. In clean, out clean. Reassumes the lead.
I can tell you right now, Chris, one person not happy with the pit crew right now is Eric Lyda on that number 33 machine. He's in that second pit stall as he qualified second. Had to back up and go forward a couple of times to get his pit crew off the wall. That's unfortunate. As you can tell in chat, Klimovich in that 03, Chris, he has brought his car behind the wall. The team is loading it up into the hauler. It looks like he's done for tonight.
That is too bad, Jake. I'm sorry you had a rough night of it. Sit back, have a soda, a water, an adult beverage, if you will. Continue watching this one with us here tonight, because we've had a pretty good battle going up front. Johnson, Alt, and Hollinger, your top three, Rick.
You are correct, and somebody who's been up front most of the night tonight, Jason Jacoby in that 88 machine, he is still sitting in pit road. He finally hits the gas and he starts going. I think he was just in there just to let the crew repair any damage that they possibly could. But right now, Jacoby in that 88 machine, 1 lap down, sitting in 13th position.
Well, he knows there's going to be at least one more caution, so it was important to only let himself go down by 1 lap. He's done that. He's got a little bit of repairs going on that 88. Car
Yeah,
doesn't
looks like
look
he just
that
got
bad.
waved around.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. He definitely got a lot of repairs in there. Well, what little bit he needed, but he is getting the wave around, so he is going to be on the lead lap, the last car on the lead lap, sitting in 13th position. As he makes his way on the outside past the pace car, he's going to be rejoining the rear of the field. The lights on the pace car are off.
Hager in chat saying, thank God I had that backup car sitting ready to go. As that car nice and clean, like nothing ever happened to it.
That's a good move. I mean, you saved your fast repair, which is fabulous. That's exactly what you want to do. It is still a long race. We still have 80 laps left, Chris.
Yeah, halfway point. As the pace car lights are off and we're getting ready to go again. The short track bringing a lot of exciting racing here tonight, and we're getting ready to go again. Hunter Johnson hits the go button. The engine comes to life and he takes off. Dylan Alt going to be right behind him. The 85, Stephen Hollinger, has the preferred line to the inside. Doing a good job staying off from each other. Ooh, they were close, though.
They definitely were, Chris. I was watching very, very close. As they're still battling for second place. That's exactly what Hunter Johnson wants to see, though. These guys can sit there and they can bang and beat all they want, use up their tires, and he's just going to take a comfortable lead there in lead in first place. But it looks like the 85 is around, gets around into second position, so he's going to be putting some a little target paint there on Hunter Johnson, I'm sure, because he wants to take that first position.
Yeah, Dylan Alt on the outside. The 5 tried to get underneath, couldn't quite make it. Had to fall back in the 66 of Smith on the back bumper right now. Hager under attack.
And gets a little
24
whistle.
coming out.
Wow.
At least we're looking at the same thing, bud. It's a 24. Had a heck of a run. The 33 looks like he's trying to rejoin the party. Eric Lyda to the inside of the 66 and takes that position. May go for more.
He's definitely looking on the inside of that 24. He bumps the 24. The 24 is around, Chris.
Yeah, David Gervais goes around. And we are under caution again. No real damage there. He'll be fine.
Unless he had the 4-speed back set to 100. But Gervais was on the 24. He was able to keep it off the wall, Chris, so minimal damage.
Yeah, you see it right there. 33 was to the inside. And, you know, they were just racing. Short track racing right there. No big deal. We'll do a couple of caution laps and we'll come back at it. Hunter Johnson up front, though. Dylan Alt running second. Steve Hollinger third.
Looks like a couple of cars are going to take advantage. Actually, a bunch of cars are going to take advantage of this yellow flag, Chris. And what they got to do, they're all coming in here for 4 new tires. 85's in. He's pulling into his pit stall, getting ready, saying, "Hey, give me 4 new tires and some of that Sunoco racing fuel, please."
Yeah, that gives us a chance to talk about the 6 car, Josh Cooley. Right now being scored the race leader. And Josh started 15th, started dead last in this one, now leading the race. Credit to him for leading 1 lap. Thomas Wagner is getting set to come down pit road. Nope, fake
Ooh, a
out.
little fake there.
So Wagner decides he's going to stay out. Hunter Johnson's going to rejoin the field at 3rd. Derek Smith 4th, and Dylan Alt 5th. Hollinger going to be 6th, Hager 7th, and James Miller, one time was laps down, and I mean laps, is now on the lead lap. See Jacoby and Lyda there. So this is going to be interesting. We've got fresh tires versus older tires. It's not a ton of difference in the laps. You're talking about 8 laps difference. That's not huge. Well, they peel off. They decide better of it. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Wagner.
Wagner's like, nope. I was going to, but we know Wagner loves a loose race car, Chris. And he's done some amazing driving this season since we've been broadcasting these guys here on MaxSpeedTV. And so I was actually kind of shocked, though, to see that he didn't. But he's also probably looking, going, hey, listen, we're on lap 88. It's going to be, 89. In a few more laps, the stage is going to end. I don't think he's used his fast repair. Because, as you know, right now he's sitting in first. And if he can just make a couple laps, go around, do what he has to do, he's going to be able to come out possibly with a fresh car at the end of this stage.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's probably going to come down pit road. I think he was just trying to lead a lap for a bonus point. We'll find out here. No, he stays out. So it was more than just points for the reason Wagner's staying out.
One thing to remember, too, Wagner, after 2 weeks ago, he moved up 2 positions in the points, Chris. So he is sitting in 5th place right now. So definitely wanted the bonus points, but I don't know. I think that's what he's doing, though. I think he's thinking, hey, listen, when we go green, we're going to have 10 laps of good hard racing. If we can stay up towards the front, the stage is going to end, the caution flag's going to come out, he's going to come down, get his service, and then everyone's going to be on the same tires.
Now, if you start looking at the point standings again, Wagner is just 18 points behind Moquin. So this is very much more than likely about long-term points, trying to get into the top 4 so he can advance to the championship. And right now, Thomas Wagner is your race leader. He takes off.
He does, Chris. That pace car took that hard left turn, and Thomas didn't take any time. But Hunter Johnson's right there. He's got pressure tires. He's looking on the inside, and it looks like he's going to be bringing a bunch of cars with him as they're going 3 wide right now, Chris. The 43, 42, and the 66 backs off just a little bit.
Yeah, probably a very good move by Derek Smith, backing off just a little bit. Gives enough room for Dylan Alt to get by. Now he gets by. Thomas Wagner starting to move backwards here.
Just tapped the wall a little bit there, Chris. I think that's going to allow Eric Lyda to look on the inside. Nope, Lyda slows down.
Yeah, right now Hollinger is the one that's stuck in position because he's got the 5 and the 66. He decides to try and make it 3 wide. Going into turn 1, the 5 gets loose. Hollinger, no place to go, gets into him. May have corrected the 5.
Ooh.
Oh, and now the 85 goes around, hits a wall hard. The 85 into the inside retaining wall. Caution is out.
Just tapped the 66 of Derek Smith there just a little bit. Really upset that car. That is unfortunate.
We're going to go back and take a peek at that one as Hollinger went for a ride. Really clobbered that inside retaining wall. You saw it right there. Yeah, he just tapped the left side of the 66, and that car went around and hit hard on that inside retaining wall. And he may need to use his quick repair on that 85. Hollinger on pit road, sitting there, getting tires, getting some. Well, he hasn't used his fast repair, so yeah, getting damage repaired as he is 1 lap down now. Hunter Johnson goes around him as he sits in pits.
Talking about the race control, it looks like Hollinger has gotten the black flag, so he's going to have to serve that penalty before he can get back out there, Chris.
Oh, man. Double tough.
So this is going to mix things up a little bit. I mean, we're on lap 94 of 160. We know that at lap 100, the stage is going to end and the caution flag is going to fall out. It looks like a lot of cars are coming down pit road, Chris, for some service.
Hunter Johnson staying out. He's now led the most laps at 50. Jacoby behind him with 39. Wagner's led 3, Coley 2. Those are your 4 leaders here tonight. We are on caution 10 of 46 laps. We've got 66 laps to go, Rick, and then this one's all done.
And I have a feeling it's going to go pretty quick here, Chris. I mean, we do have the stage ending here in 5 laps. Hunter Johnson, who came into tonight's race second in the point standings, 14 starts. He's had 4 wins so far this season. Looking to make it number 5. As of right now, he has the most wins in the league. Coming in from race control, the 85 has pulled it behind the wall. He is loading that car up into the hauler now.
Hollinger calls it a night. Not the night he was looking to have here. And I know that that's going to upset some of the race fans out there. Epic was all about Hollinger at the beginning of this race, said he was going to win. Hollinger unable to finish here tonight. Too much damage to the 85 machine. Pace car lights are off, Rick. We're getting ready to go green flag racing again. Hunter Johnson up front. Dylan Alt on the outside. Derek Smith, second row inside. Jason Jacoby in the 88 is going to be starting in 4th. Eric Lyda rounds out your top 5 as we get ready to go again. Pace car leading them down the back stretch, getting ready to go into turns 3 and 4 and unleash these K&N cars again.
Up around the Xfinity cars, but hey, that's okay, Chris. It looks like we're going to have at least 2 laps before that stage caution comes out. Hunter Johnson gets a really good restart there again, Chris. Dylan's like, hey, where'd he go? And he is under pressure right now by the 66. Derek Smith has also got Jacoby in the 88 machine. These guys are racing hard for second position.
Dylan Alt right now in the 42 in second, trying to catch the back bumper of Hunter Johnson. Behind him, Jacoby in the 88, followed by Hager in the 5. Derek Smith in the 66, currently running in 5th. Caution flag again as we have hit stage 2.
Hunter Johnson, winner of stage 2. Doing a repeat of 2 weeks ago. Hoping to win the race like he did. We're going to have to call him Mr. Stage.
Yeah, Hunter Johnson on fire and definitely knows how to do the stage racing. We've talked about he's second in points behind Miller. Right now, Miller running in 11th. So there has been some ground gained here tonight, and a win would certainly help that out.
So it looks like most everybody's coming down pit road, Chris, for service. 43, Thomas Wagner. He stays out again. And he's the only driver to stay out, it looks like. That's interesting.
He peels off. He's coming down pit road this time. Needs some service done to that 43 car as it is banged up front. And that will let, Hunter Johnson reassume the lead, followed by Dylan Alt, Jason Jacoby, J.R. Hager, and Derek Smith are going to be your top 5.
And down here, Chris, with the pit crew of the 43 machine, it looks like he's getting right side tires. Now the left side's going up. He's getting 2 new tires there. Filling it up with the Sunoco Racing fuel. He did not use his fast repair.
Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight, watching us here at MaxSpeedTV, broadcasting the Drive for Suicide Prevention, brought to you by Sim Graphics here at Richmond tonight.
Only 2 races left of the season after the checkered flag comes out tonight, Chris. December 7th, we are sitting here, and we're heading over to Chicagoland for the Five Guys Burgers and Fries 180, and then the final race of the season, December 14th. We're going to Indy, brother, for the Drive for Suicide Prevention Dash for the Cash 300.
And Indy is going to be one fun race to watch. Speaking of fun races to watch, this one's been pretty good. Richmond definitely serving it up here tonight, as these drivers have been battling each other and the track. Hunter Johnson in the 02 up front, Dylan Alt in the 42. On his outside, Jason Jacoby in the 88, starting in third. Hager and Smith round out the top 5 as we get ready to go. Johnson hits a loud pedal, and he is gone. Alt in the 42 to the outside. Jacoby to the inside. Battle for second. Jason Jacoby in the 88 has a slight advantage. The 42 trying to fight back on the outside. Not able to do it. Jacoby has second position. Alt back to third. Then it's Hager and Smith, the 5 and the 66. They're followed by David Gervais in the 24, Eric Lyda in the 33. Matt Mokwin's worked his way up to 8th. Good run for him. James Miller sitting in 9th, your points leader, not having the night that he wanted. Tom Wagner sitting in 10th, rounding out the top 10 in the 43 to the inside of the 25. James Miller right now under attack by Wagner.
Matt Mokwin in the number 52 machine, Chris. It looks like he used his fast repair. That car looks outstanding and immaculate, not a scratch on it. He's definitely looking to move up as he's sitting in 8th place right now.
Mokwin with that brand new car out there trying to get it done. Sitting in 8th position, as you said, Rick, but up front, Hunter Johnson starting to expand that lead up to a half a second now.
Yeah, Jacoby's definitely on, trying to get caught up to him there, Chris. I mean, after leading 39 laps, he wants to lead, a lot more, and more specifically, that last one. But right now, Hunter Johnson not giving him that room and actually just doing what he's got to do. He's got a really good line there.
You see the spread out right there in the 88 and the 2, the 42. The 88 with a really aggressive corner gains a lot of time on Hunter Johnson. And again, he's riding that yellow line. He's making a lot of time on entry. Loses a little bit on exit, though. The 88, Jason Jacoby, trying to get to the front as we're at lap 111 of 160. Can Jacoby get around Johnson?
Kobe's doing all that he can, Chris. Keeps looking on the inside there as they go into the corner. All he's got to do is just get enough in there. And then Hunter's going to have to back off, give him a little bit of room. Right now, Hunter Johnson's definitely protecting the lead that he has. Saying, no, not yet, bud.
Jason.
The problem with this, though. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
All right, I was just going to say, the problem with this hard racing, though, is that their tires are going to wear a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's where I was going. The tires are going to take a beating if they keep running each other like this. And Jacoby is running a slightly lower line. He keeps peeking in, but Johnson is holding about a half a lane up and not able to get around is Jason Jacoby in second right now. He's trying to figure out a way. Does not want to go to the outside. That hasn't worked for anybody. He's got the move right now. Hard to the inside is the 88. Woo, the 88 gets really loose. Able to gather it back up. Loses a little bit of time, but not too much. Does not have the momentum coming out of the corner. Hunter Johnson leads that lap as well.
While you're up there watching that one, Chris, I'm back here in 5th, 6th, and 7th place just watching these guys go. Or, I'm sorry, 4th, 5th, and 6th place racing. The 66, Derek Smith, made a really nice move on the 5. He took over 4th position. The 5 and the 66 then got into a little bit of trouble. They were both able to save it. The 5 just got loose there again. It looks like he might be going around. He just tapped into the 33 of Eric Lyda. Eric Lyda gets around him. That also opens up a door for the 24 of David Gervais.
Yeah, Hager got really loose there. Able to save it. Back up front we go. The battle is on. Hunter Johnson, Jason Jacoby, Dylan Alt starting to close in.
Now, I think what Alt's doing right now in that 42 machine, Chris, he's just like, hey, look, I'm going to let these guys race. They're racing hard. They're doing a lot of side-by-side stuff. One of them's bound to make a mistake, and that's just going to open up the door.
Yeah, Matt Moquin did fall back from 8th to 13th. Moquin not having the night that he wants here tonight. Currently being scored 4th in the points, so tonight is very important. Him and Tom Wagner in the 43 are fighting to move on in the championship hunt. Johnson, Jacoby not giving up on each other. These guys are battling hard for the lead. 119 of 160 completed. We saw a little wiggle out of the 42, the rear of that car, touching the wall, slows him down some. Jacoby to the second position. He's really closing in. Definitely gets into the corner a little bit better, loses it coming out. Hunter Johnson running smooth. Jason Jacoby running like a man on a mission.
Jacoby had a really good corner right there, Chris. He was able to keep speed. He is all over the back bumper of that 02 machine. Looks like he might be a little slower in 3 and 4, but in 1 and 2, if you watch here, and he does the same line, which he stayed a little high that time. But I have a feeling both of those guys are just kind of taking it easy. I mean, they are still battling as the 88 looks on the inside. They got Matt Moquin there. Going to be going a lap down. Yeah, right now Matt Moquin, 1 lap down, scored in 13th position.
Oh, Moquin is loose. Alt got into the wall. 3rd place runner not having a good time as he just got into the wall. Johnson and Jacoby battling it out for the lead. And I'm trying to figure out, Twiz, what you're saying about the times.
Not exactly sure what happened to Moquin, but that nice pristine car that he started this green flag run with, Chris, is now all damaged. So definitely not having the night that he wanted, like I said, as he went down 1 lap down.
Yeah, Derek Smith decides he's going to come down pit road now. So Smith in the 66 coming down pit road as the battle for the lead continues. Johnson, Jacoby.
I was just watching Johnson there, Chris. It looked like as he was exiting that corner, he got just a little bit loose, so his tires are definitely fading away.
24 laps on this set of tires, and they're definitely starting to go. And now it's a matter of who likes it loose. We're going to figure that out here in just a moment. The 88 still on the back bumper of Johnson. All the pressure in the world on Johnson. He has led 80 laps of this race. Jacoby has led 39. He's looking to lead the most important one, the last one. And so we're on lap 126 of 160, and things are really heating up around the track.
And look who just got into third, Chris. Eric Lyden, the number 33 machine. He got a round. Actually, it looks like... Yep, Dylan Alt went down into the pits. No, he's blinking.
Alt showing off track right now. Not good. 2 laps down. He may be done for the night. That's interesting twist. I'm going to keep an eye on it this time by.
And now we have 10 cars on the lead lap, Chris. We got Hunter Johnson in first, Jason Jacoby in the 88 machine in second, Eric Lyden in the 33 moves up to third, David Gervais in the 24 is being scored fourth, J.R. Hager in the 5 in fifth, Josh Culley in the 6 is in 6th place. Thomas Wagner in the 43 machine is sitting in 7th. James D. Miller worked his way back up. He is sitting in 8th position. Gavin Jones in the 1 in 9th. Jeffrey Fisher, we haven't talked much about him tonight. In the 60 machine, he is the last car in the lead lap, sitting in 10th. Then we have Derek Smith, Matt Moquin, Dylan Alt, who definitely had some mechanical issues there. Chris, he might be done. Stephen Hollinger and Jake Klimovich, who are out of the race right now.
Yeah, big news out of the Moquin Nation. Matt Moquin sitting on pit road, 4 laps down. Needs to get that car fixed. Not handling, not running. Oh, we have contact to the leader. Hunter Johnson saves the 0-2. Jason Jacoby actually does a very nice sportsmanship thing. Lets Johnson back by. Very good sportsmanship there. Did not want to get the pass that way. Jacoby had him. Touched quarter panel offender. Johnson able to save it and continue on. Jacoby did a really nice sportsmanship thing there. Let him by, but he's under the attack again. Jason Jacoby to the inside. Hunter Johnson on the outside. Looks like right now Jacoby's car a little bit faster all around this track. And Hunter Johnson just hanging on.
That's one of the things that we like to see in this sport, Chris, the sportsmanship and the respect that's out here on the track. These guys have been battling hard. Jacoby could have definitely taken the lead and done whatever he wanted with it, but he did let the 0-2 by. But he's not done yet, though. He's looking on the inside. It looks like he might get the pass this time by.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that Hunter Johnson can do as he battles back on the outside, proving me wrong. Jason Jacoby on the inside going into turn 1. Jacoby has a nose. Can he clear? Hunter Johnson battling back on the outside. They're running door to door. Johnson with a slight advantage now. Going into 3 and 4. Johnson fighting on the outside for everything he's worth. Maintains the lead for that lap. How much longer can he go? Jason Jacoby has a half a car advantage going into the corner. And now even. And now Johnson again with that outside, which nobody's been making work tonight. Johnson was able to, when it mattered the most, regains the lead and puts about a half a car length between him and Jacoby.
The tire wear is definitely showing, Chris. Looks like Jacoby probably just said, okay, listen, this is fun, but we still have way too much racing to do, so we just kind of backed off a little bit, and they're going to keep battling, I think, back and forth. Jacoby in that 88 is going to keep looking either on the inside and the outside, see what he can do.
Yeah, and as you say that, he moves down a lane. He is to the inside of Hunter Johnson again. Johnson with a slight wiggle in the 0-2. Will it be enough to let Jacoby by? Right now has the advantage. Hunter Johnson across the start-finish line, still your race leader. My gosh, these guys are just back and forth, back and forth. Looks like Jacoby has the advantage, and then Johnson battles back on the outside. These guys are running great. See Thomas Wagner right there behind the race leaders. He is 2 laps down right now, running in 11th. As he came down pit road about 4 laps ago. So Wagner on very fresh tires. Has to be careful with the leaders.
We almost went 3 wide there. Yeah, Wagner definitely. He came down pit road, Chris. He got his backup car, so that car is in good shape right now, but doing hard racing. And he's actually going to be helping out Jason Jacoby there. Get by the 0-2.
Yeah, Thomas Wagner on fresh tires, trying to make easy work of the 2 leaders. And the 0-2, Hunter Johnson, looking to take, no, not able to do it. He's got to get on the brakes. Jason Jacoby, your race leader, the 88. After what seems like 30 or 40 laps of battling, finally Jacoby gets around him. And he had led 40, we'll say 40 laps before this. Oh, the 0-2 with a big wiggle. Hunter Johnson not happy with that car now. It is loose.
Yeah, I think all the traction on the tires, Chris, have definitely gone away. Jillian, you missed a lot of great battling here up in front. Right now it looks like Thomas Wagner, he is 1 lap down as he just got 1 lap back. Racing hard with a nice clean car, so it's going to be interesting to see how Yo-Yo does. Right now he is 1 lap down, showing in 11th position. We got 9 cars on the lead lap. Derek Smith and that number 66 is the first car 1 lap down in 10th position. Eric Lyda on the 33, he's just sitting there doing what he has to do as he passes the start-finish line there, Chris. Just kind of taking it easy. He's in 3rd right now. The 24, David Gervais, though.
Thomas Wagner, I saw it on the left side of the screen, had got loose, was able to save it. He stays ahead of the leaders, but certainly for Jason Jacoby, your race leader, that was a clinch moment. Hunter Johnson coming down pit road. Yes, Hunter Johnson hits pit road. Jason Jacoby all by himself.
Now we're getting into a little bit of the fuel strategy, Chris. We're on lap 145 of 160. I see 4 brand new Goodyear tires, definitely filling up with that Sunoco racing fuel. Hunter Johnson falls down into 8th position right now as the cars go around.
The 88 coming down pit road. No, he's not. He fooled me. Oh, I see why he fooled me. He is getting off the gas really early. We go on board. We're going to watch a lap here under the 88 roof. Nice and easy. Squeeze back onto the throttle. We are under caution.
Ooh.
Eric Lyda in the 33. I think he was trying to come down pit road, Rick. We're going to go back and take a look. Julian, you give us just a moment as we're under caution, so things are going to change here. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah, Lyda trying to come down pit road, not able to slow it down enough. Unfortunately, backs up onto the racing surface. That's why we went under caution. As that 33 went into the barrels hard.
Definitely not what Eric Lyda wanted to do as he's sitting there in 3rd position, Chris, but it happens.
So Jason Jacoby may have just gotten the break of a lifetime there, as Hunter Johnson, being trapped down a lap, had already come down pit road. Jacoby, Miller, Fisher, your 3 top runners right now. trying to let things shake out. There's a lot of pit strategy happening here. And it looks like right now, Derek Smith in the 66 is going to be your race leader. And Jacoby is going to be in second. So Smith able to stay out. He had pit 27 laps ago, so he is on older tires. Has enough fuel to make it. Don't know about those tires, though.
And it's going to be tough to try to figure that out, but I think you're right, Chris. I mean, the 88, Jason Jacoby, he just came in, got 4 new tires. He's got fuel. He's ready to go. He's sitting in second place right now. Derek Smith, like you said, older tires. The restart. Oh, looks like the 66 is coming down for his service.
Okay, so that means the 66 coming down. Jason Jacoby is going to reassume the lead. And that's going to change the scoreboard one more time. See Moquin going around the pace car right now. The 60 car to the inside. Hunter Johnson also going around. So Hunter will rejoin the tail end of the pack. Thomas Wagner, I believe, is being scored in 7th place. And we're going to leave it at that for now. So we're going to restart this thing with less than 10 laps to go. These guys have been battling for this entire race. We have had 12 cautions for 55 laps. We've got 9 laps to go. 7 different lead changes between 5 drivers. Rick, the excitement has been there, and I don't think it's done yet.
Oh, we're definitely not done yet, Chris. I mean, the lights on the pace car are off, so we're going to be restarting on green flag on lap 153 of 160. 6 cars blinking a little bit. Josh Colley. I think once we go green, the cars start tilting around. 25, James Miller, 3rd place. Gavin Jones in the 1 and 4th. Rounding out top 5, Jeffrey Fisher.
How about that 25 at one point, multiple laps down as Jason Jacoby jumps. He is out front, the 6 car on the outside, James Miller on the inside. As I was saying, James Miller at one time, multiple laps down, now battling for second. And he takes second. The 6 car blinking all over the place. We're going around. The 24, the 02, and I think there may have been more. We're under caution again. We're going to go back and take a look at that restart. '24 had to get hard into his brakes. Ooh, looks like Wagner got into him a little bit. And then Hunter Johnson, who has led more laps than anybody tonight, and that will not change, got involved in that one as well.
And that 02 machine has a lot of damage on it, Chris.
And the guy that is up front benefiting from this, Jason Jacoby, but Miller, your points leader, is going to be starting on the outside. Jeffrey Fisher out of nowhere running 3rd. Josh Cooley in the 6, who was blinking. You see the damage in the back end as somebody obviously got into him. And Derek Smith rounds out your top 5.
I know I was watching Josh on that number 6 machine. He was blinking quite a bit, and at one point I heard him get into the wall, but I think it was more netcode.
Wagner coming down pit road. He's looking for service, and he blinks out. And yeah, 45, I agree. It was most likely due to poor visibility. And I think he may have decided to come down pit road just a little too late, too. The angle that he took did not help that at all.
I know I've done that a few times on this track.
4 laps to go. I believe we're going to get the green flag. I think with 2 laps to go. This thing's going to be a shootout.
It definitely is, Chris.
Stay tuned because we haven't seen the end of this one, I don't believe, as we're getting ready for a very, very short run. Some people would call it a drag race to the finish. I'd like to see this one end under green. It's been very exciting. We had 15 drivers start, still 12 drivers out there. Ooh, lights off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back to it, Rick.
It's going to get real interesting here. We're only going to have a couple laps to go. Chase Jacoby led a lot of laps here. James Miller kind of had some bad luck at the beginning of the race, but he's sitting in second. Jeffrey Fisher on that 60 machine sitting there in third. It's going to be go time as that pace car comes around to pit road.
Pace car is off. This could be the final restart of this race. Actually, it will be the final restart of this race. And Jacoby in the 88 takes off. Miller on the outside trying to hold on, save himself a position to be able to attack the leader. Not able to. Jeff Fisher in the 60 makes a nice move. Gets right up to the back bumper of Miller. And the 66 is spinning, but able to save it. We continue under green. Final lap. This one is ending under the checkered flag here tonight at Richmond. Jason Jacoby looking to make this one his. He's led 60 laps. He's trying to finish it with 61. The most important lap. He's coming around turns 3 and 4. And across the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight, Jason Jacoby. James Miller, second. Jeffrey Fisher, third. And Rick, you're absolutely right. What a finish. Hunter Johnson somehow scored 4th. My gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with some driver interviews. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss these.
Yeah.
And there is your winner, the number 88 car, Jason Jacoby. We are still trying to set up the race interviews here. Little technical difficulties on TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Jeffrey Fisher. Was just in TeamSpeak, and now I'm not seeing him, Chris.
All right, well, Jeff Fisher was third in that 60 car.
There he is. He just came back. Okay, here we go. Mr. Fisher, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, what a race. You were you qualified there in 9th position. You were kind of all over the track there tonight. Down, further down into the field, and you just popped up, man. How was the race?
I mean, I literally bought this track yesterday. I actually thought I wasn't gonna be able to run this race because I'm in the military. And we had a whole bunch of training going on, and I was able to come back, and I found free time to actually run it. So I really wasn't expecting to do much. I was just looking for a good race, clean race. I didn't expect to be top 3.
Well, congratulations, man. You did it. And number one, I want to thank you for your service. I really appreciate that, and I have a lot of respect for you. How was the track out there tonight, though? Was it really crazy?
I mean, once we got through everyone being orgy-bargy, causing all these crashes, getting all antsy, and we had that long run there at the end, and it was like going to be a fuel mileage race, the tires went away, and you had the back tires up like halfway down the backstretch, just so you can not blow the apex and wash up. But other than that, I mean, the track was good. Really hard to say because we didn't really get too much green flag, so it was just a little bit tight. But all you gotta do is just adjust your brake bias, adapt to it, and be fine.
Well, excellent, man. Hey, listen, next week we are heading to Chicagoland, so hopefully you get some practice in and you continue on, use this momentum into that race. Is there anybody out there you'd like to thank tonight, my friend?
I'd like to thank AV Simsport with Eric Lyda. He was doing good, but ran into some issues with a guy that doesn't quite know how to race. So hopefully we resolve that. It's a bummer. He should have been up here with us. I'd like to thank Grandstand Video and Carolina Sim and Thomas for putting on this league. James for being a good coach, kind of like giving me pointers and stuff. Me and him used to run a lot of endurance races together, so different teams, but we still collab together. Can't break that friendship. Yeah, let's just thank you guys for broadcasting. Hopefully it was good.
Oh, it's definitely a good race, buddy. And again, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that was the driver of the number 60 car, Jeff Fisher, bringing it home in third. And next up, we have the driver of the number 25 car. That's James Miller, bringing it home second tonight. James, how you doing?
Oh, a lot better now.
Man, you had one of the most odd nights I think I've seen since we've started broadcasting with you tonight. At one point, what were you, 2-3 laps down?
Yeah, I think I got up to 3 laps down there.
Man, tell me about it, because you were able to get back. Obviously, you finished second. Tell me what it was like, what you were thinking when you were down those laps.
Yeah, it was trying to keep my my cool and trying to just be patient. I knew we had a long race to go, and unfortunately it was a lot of cautions, and I just thought my time, waited to we got that magical quick repair, so I waited for that near the end. But I did manage to get my car fixed up pretty good on that last stage run that happened to go green. I was feeling all right, a little bit of engine damage, but definitely that caution near the end there to get it fixed up and get some tires on it felt good. I had something for Jason there at the end. Just pulled away. I just overdrove turn 1. Probably the lack of being up front throughout the race, but glad to be second. Shout out to Jeffrey for getting third. I know he's struggling lately too, so it's good for him. And then congrats to Jason on the win.
Well, listen, bud, you came in tonight's race as the points leader. Hopefully the second place finish keeps you there. It looks like it's going to be a close race heading into Chicagoland next week. One thing I want to do before I ask you who you want to thank, I want to thank you for running the sponsors that you do. As an ex-firefighter, they really mean a lot to me. The National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, the Steven Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. So thank you for that, bud. It was a ball to watch you, because like Chris said, at one point, you were 2-3 laps down, and the next thing you know, boom, you were there. So congratulations. You always do a good job at saving that fast repair right for the end, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully you take this momentum into Chicagoland next week. And, you're running for the championship. You're the leader in points, so congratulations, bud. Is there anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, just like you said, thanks to Tunnel to Towers for everything they do. It's a pleasure to have them on the car. And thanks to Wagner Racing for the car as well for this weekend.
Well, good luck next week, my friend.
All right, thank you.
And that is the second place finisher, driver of the number 25, James Miller, getting it done tonight. And there's only one more to talk to, the winner of tonight's race, driver of the 88 YouTube car. It's Jason Jacoby. Jason, do you have a copy?
Hey, Chris, I got you. Yes, sir. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm telling you what, man, I'm doing pretty good, but I can think of one guy who's probably doing a little bit better than me. Tell me about that race, bud.
Man, it was really fun. I don't know what to say, honestly. I mean, I love this track. I love every track. I came in and got practice about 5 minutes before qualifying. Throwing that out there, don't mean to really sound like I'm bragging, but I mean, I know this track well enough and have had sim racing success here that I didn't need to show up early, and it was cool because I even though I know this track pretty well and I was fairly confident, I didn't expect to have the upper hand on Hunter there, because Hunter is such a great driver, and you know, it's always cool racing with him. And yeah, about that race too, it's just racing with Hunter, that was close stuff. I apologize for getting into him on the front stretch. It might have been a little bit of warp or net code there where we actually didn't make contact, but it showed on his screen that we did or something. But I was going to back off to let him gather it up, and it must have burned his tires a bit, but I was going to let him stay ahead just so we could race it out a bit more. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was going to bring up. Absolutely, that point, the fact that whatever happened, and you know, Hunter was out of the way, and you could have just gone, but no, you woke up a little bit, you let him back around, and you guys got to battling again. And that battle was, what, 40 laps, 45 laps of some really intense racing, man. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, and you must have had sweaty palms, sweaty head, everything.
Yeah, man, you know what? That's funny you mentioned that, because one thing I've learned recently is to always keep a cool head and try not to work yourself up too much. And I think during that run there, the more I relaxed and just laid back and drove, the calmer I was, and I wasn't going to make a mistake. Because, like, if I were, like, pushing too hard, chances are I could have got into Hunter, sent him around, or gotten to the wall myself. And typically that's how it used to be when sim racing. But I don't know, I just kind of relaxed a bit more and eased my grip on the wheel. And I had so much fun out there. And Chris, I'm really glad you enjoyed watching, and I want to shout out to all y'all's viewers. Man, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks to my viewers as well. It was a very fun night.
Well, there we have it, man. I mean, congratulations on the win. As Chris already said, I mean, I don't have much to say because Chris really touched it. Outstanding job tonight. The racing that you and Hunter did was outstanding. The sportsmanship and the respect on the track is something that we love to see, and you just nailed it, man. So congratulations on your win. We'll hopefully see you next week there at Chicagoland. Is there anybody out there you want to thank?
Oh, yes, Rick and Chris, really appreciate the job you guys do. Thank you so much. And my sponsor, Jeffrey Ford, he actually builds computers cheaper than anyone will build a brand new computer. So if you guys would like a brand new computer, start iRacing, please head over to my channel, youtube.com/jjacoby88. The link's in the description where you can buy a brand new computer, lowest price possible to start iRacing with. And RTR websites, Seat Time Racing School, and everybody again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.
All right, man. Well, there you have it. That's the winner of tonight's race. Jason Jacoby did a fine job. He led 61 laps, including the most important one of them all, the last one, Rick. It was a blast here tonight, and I can't wait for next week, man. We're going to whittle it down to just 4 drivers going for the championship starting next week.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting, man. I mean, like we said earlier in the broadcast, you know, we're heading to Chicagoland. We have Indy is where they're going to finish up the season. So I'm really excited to see it come. I love Fridays. I love Friday nights. And I love these guys over here at Drive for Suicide Prevention. And all the viewers out there that watched with us tonight, we really appreciate it.
All right. And with that, thank you all again. You have yourselves a great Friday night. Be safe this weekend. And we will catch you next Friday night. From all of us at MaxSpeedTV, good night.
MaxSpeedTV would like to thank our partners here at MaxSpeedTV, starting with the Colby Eye Paints. If you're in the market for a new paint job for your car, check out Colby's Eye Paints on Facebook. Need a replica paint of your real-life car? Colby's Eye Paints has you covered. Check out Colby Eye Paints on Facebook. Also by Hershey Design. Hershey Design Company is your one-stop graphics shop if you're in need of an iRacing paint, league, team, or business logo, or want the logo on some sweet swag. Hit up Orion at the Hershey Design Company. You can find them on Facebook by searching HERSHY Design Company. Also by the Sim Speed Shop, simspeedshop.com. You can check them out for all your iRacing sim needs. Ohio IndyCar League jumping on board this season with as an official sponsor of MaxSpeedTV. They are also accepting not just patrons from Ohio, but from all over. Also iBog for all your iRacing broadcast overlay graphics done specifically by Jason Allison, one of the masters at it. So thank you to Jason. And also, last but not least, Wise Guys. You can check them out at Reverb Nation. That is spelt with a Z. So check them out on Reverb Nation. We would like to thank all of the sponsors at MaxSpeedTV and partners.